Welcome back everybody, and once again I have that stupid itch that needs scratching. So it is actually blowing about 50 miles an hour. I am down the old harbour. I'm getting a little bit of shelter at the moment from the headland, but very soon I'm going to get pushed onto the beach or round to the corner. And the reality is there's only so many eyes I can whip on a rod in a day, and only so many hours I can spend in that workshop working. And I went out this morning down the pebs. It was nice, caught some whiting, some pouting, lovely little gurnard. But when I was down there I met a gentleman named Tosh, and he gifted me some nice harbour rag and a little bit of lugworm. Not much bait, but I hate wasting stuff. And it's been raining for 6 hours solid, so I thought why not get down here, get some baits in the water and try and catch a little flounder. Even if it's only for half hour, an hour, I'm going to try my best. So this is what we got, little tub, some tiny little maddies in it, and what I've done is I've lobbed out a 3-hooker, some size 6s and size 8s, tiny little hooks, and I've just lobbed it into the surf 15-20 yards. Hopefully we can catch something before the rain comes back. What a result, straight away, instantly. I was not expecting that today, but look at what we caught. A beautiful bass. It's probably the best part of 2.5 pound. I am over the moon with that. That was on the carp rod. I looked up, the line was slack, I ran down. I thought I got weed on you, but then it started swimming against the wind. Brilliant. What a result. Oh, that was fantastic. So that nailed my little pouting and whiting rig I was using this morning and last night. Little size 6, short hook clamps on that one. Unlike the flounder rig I got out there at the moment. But it worked. We had a fish. Really happy. And that took a little bit of lugworm. So he gave me some lug as well. So what I've done is I threaded a tiny lugworm on. Now I just head hooked it with a couple of little maddies on the end, and I literally lobbed it about 15 yards out, probably 18 inches of water, no more. Bang, fish on. Winning. So that was all it was. A tiny bit of lugworm and a couple of little maddies. Just head hooked on that size 6 and it got smashed. I know the sea looks really calm, but I'm getting a massive amount of protection from the headland by here. And everybody's obsessed with ray fishing in South Wales at the moment, but it just goes to show if you're diverse and you're versatile, you can go and catch whatever you want. If you just go and put in the effort, try something different, you may get a really nice surprise. So here we go, I'm literally fishing where my finger is, about 15 yards out. And it's really windy by here, I'm getting blown like mad. I'm only 15 yards, 20 yards from the rods. That shows how much protection I'm getting. Back round, and straight away, there, I'm protected, I'm out of that wind. What I'm going to have to do, rather than making my way up the beach and being exposed, I don't want to be here long, I don't want a hard, laborious session. I just got that itch to scratch, so I'm probably going to make my way up the rocks and then back round to the slipway and just have a couple of casts, see how it plays out. And I think that's really exciting, really interesting too, because you don't know, might get another bass, might get a flounder, might get a pouting, might not get anything. It doesn't really matter, I'm out, I'm happy, fresh air, away from the work, catching fish. There we go, that's one fish on each rod on the first cast. Can't do any better than that. Proper little ambush predators, these things, absolute missiles in the water, full of spikes and armory, stunning little fish. let's put him back to grow bigger. I really love the old harbour. If you remember, we done that video earlier on in the year up on the point catching hounds, and I had that bass and that eel, and it was actually on that carp rod and that fixed spool. Look, I own a pair of fixed spools. It's not all powerful rods, big leads and big baits. There's so much more to fishing than just fishing a pulley and banging out big leads. There's the diversity and variation throughout the sport, and you've just got to go out and enjoy yourself. It don't matter what you're doing. I mean, even though I haven't caught those 2 fish, I'm just still happy here. So I got that anticipation, that mystery. Are we going to catch something? Is something going to happen? What are we going to get? You just don't know. And like I said in the last video, you only get the answers when you live the questions. And it's rained all afternoon, and all afternoon I thought, I want to use that worm, where can I go? I hope the rain stops, and it has. So I've made the best of an opportunity, and I'm really, really pleased I have. So much weed in the water, but I think I've actually got a couple of bites going on again. I'm going to check the one rod now. Let's have a look. They're getting smaller, but it doesn't matter. I'm just going to rest that rod on the camera quickly if I can. There we go. Another little schoolie. Brilliant. Absolutely made up. Look at that. Look at him. Perfection. Got his fins up and everything. Gonna get it straight back in the water. Gotta look after these little puppies. Just hook some more of these little maddies onto that size 6. I don't do enough of this little finesse fishing. Maybe I should do a bit more of it. Well, they are getting smaller, but at least we had a pair of them that cast. I got some fantastic memories of bringing my daughter down here when she was a nipper. In the surf with a little net, scraping out the sand and getting loads of little dinky flounders and brill and turbot and stuff like that. Little sole, little pouting, some little round white fish that you couldn't even identify, they were so small. But it was fun. We'd fill a bucket with little fish and she'd have a play, and it was nice, good memories. And it's a shame she's not here today. She's at home, struggling a bit, as a lot of kids do nowadays. But there we go, that's that. A little bit dark, I think it might rain. I might have to sack it, I don't know. I don't know if you noticed on my last cast, if you're using maddies, if you dunk them in the water first, they all cling together on the hook, and there's less chance of them coming off when you cast them out. Look at this, look what we caught. A little Dover sole, another little schoolie. I am absolutely made up with that. Little slippery slimy Dover sole, wonderful. They are absolutely amazing fish. I am so happy to have caught that. Thank you, Tosh, for the bait. I'm going to make this my last cast because it's gone very dark. I haven't got my headlamp. I think it's going to absolutely belt it down. I'm going to unhook these fish if I can get hold of him, because he's like a bar of soap. If you've ever caught a sole, you'll know that. He is absolutely fin perfect. Look at him. Probably weighs about 3 ounces, but he's made me very happy. Right, that's it. I'm on my last cast. Last bit of bait's gone out. I'm going to give these 5 minutes, then I'm going to reel in and get out of here. I've had a great time. I don't think I've been here an hour, and it's been fantastic. I don't know how many bass I've had, 6 or 7. A little Dover sole, amazing. Really happy. There you go. It just goes to show that if you simplify your fishing, there's opportunities out there to catch something. You haven't got to be catching the biggest fish or the most fish. You've just got to be out there enjoying yourself, and sometimes that special fish will come along when you're least expecting it. And that's one of the magical things about fishing, is that we don't know what we're going to catch. If we did know what we're going to catch, if it was that predictable, it'd be boring, we wouldn't go. But we like that little bit of adventure, that taste of excitement, and that's what I've had today. Something different, something new. I've never done this before by here, but I've enjoyed it and I've caught fish, and there's opportunities there for everybody to catch fish. Keep it simple. All I've done is I fished a 2 up, 1 down on a 1 rod and a 3 up on the other, size 6s, size 4s, little bits of worm. I'm fished in 2 foot of water, less than that. You know, anybody can cast that distance, even a kid, and it's a great opportunity down here, other places where it's clean ground, to get your kids out and get them hooked and get them involved in this wonderful sport that we all love and enjoy and share together. I need to get home. It's getting dark. It may not look like it with a camera, but I guarantee you it is getting dark. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all your engagement, everything you do online for me. I really value it, so thank you very much. Tight lines, and I'll see you soon.